Round one against the Edmonton Oilers, and again, I don't know if I've ever had as little confidence in this team heading into the playoffs as I have right now. And we're not even on our worst stretch heading into the playoffs. That happened a few years ago when I think we ended up winning the Cup. We had a decent 45-win season, obviously not anywhere near the 56-win or 51-win seasons we've had in the past, and 2 consecutive President's Trophies, but I don't know what to expect from this team. These are the lines. The third line and the fourth line have been shaken up a little bit. It'll be Backlund, Doyle, Kane, Sloan, Korolev, McMillan. The defense remains the same, including 98 overall, Milan Yasina, and now 89 overall, Brian Michalek. He had a very rough regular season, but it's his time to shine, his time to prove that we made the right choice. And honestly, I think that was a big part of it. We went with a lot of players I don't necessarily or didn't want to necessarily go with, but we had to based on the caps. And we'll just have to see what this team can do here in the playoffs. Obviously, we're still very top heavy, but let's see what the Oilers are working with here. Their top line, Michal Kitnar? I'm going to call him Kitnar, with Connor McDavid and 35-year-old Jordan Eberle. Eberle is somebody we actually got an offer for at the trade deadline. Part of me wishes that I took it. What is so special about Kitnar? Top 9 potential, only 26 points in the regular season. That is pretty rough. Connor McDavid, only 43 points, or 43 points in 56 games, in fairness, is pretty damn good. Jordan Eberle with 44 points, so that is not a very impressive top line. The second line is our old friend Vlad Nemesnikov with Leon Draisaitl and Brock Nelson. The third line, Jonathan Sparks, a former first-round pick of ours, is with Junior Machias and Sebastian Kohlberg. The fourth line, Casey Cizikas, Austin Zarnik, and Tim Ashton. Now, I will get us to look at the points here in a minute. I just don't want to do it that way. Defensively, Darnell Nurse and Max LaJoie? LaJoie? I call him LaJoie? I think that's probably wrong, but both 87 overalls. Griffin Reinhart and Adam Larson, both 86. That is hilarious that Larson ended up on Edmonton, considering he was on New Jersey last year when we played them in the finals, so that's pretty good. And Noah Juleson with Cal Foote on the third pairing. It's interesting to see that Cal Foote ended up being a decent player. In real life, he's highly touted, the son of Adam Foote. That is a decent defense, of course, with the exception of Noah Juleson. Do they have any scratched players? Oscar Clefbaum is actually scratched over Juleson, and they have Casey Redden as well. So 2 players I would probably rather have in my lineup. The goaltending is pretty damn weak. 37-year-old Scott Darling with the 25-year-old backup Boris Koltsov in 81 overall. Needless to say, I see no reason as to why we should lose this series. They have some strong pieces overall, but there's no denying we have the better team. But just watch, 37-year-old Scott Darling will easily outperform Michalek. I just wanted to get a look really quick at the point totals in Edmonton. It's a little bit quicker this way. Draisaitl with 63, a couple of players over the 40-point mark, and then from there, everyone else struggled. So they struggle for points, they struggle for goals. Their defense is pretty solid. The question is, what can Scott Darling do? I didn't look at his save percentage because, to be honest, I want it to be a mystery. Let's do this, though. It's game 1 against the Oilers. We have to take advantage of home ice while we have it in the playoffs if we make it past the Oilers. But here we go. First period, and it is scoreless. We are outshot. Not the best sign. Second period, and things are looking better. Draisaitl gets the opening goal. Yasina, and no, I won't do it, guys. I won't. Unless it's a big-time goal. Unless it's like a big-time game-winning goal, I'll hold off. DeRocher gives us the lead. So Draisaitl, 52 seconds into it, and then Yasina and DeRocher, not too far apart, give us the lead, and that sets up this third period as I fucking hit my elbow again. That might, no, okay, I was going to say it might be a good thing, but then Sparks scored on Michalek. Drouin gives us the lead back. Fucking hell. What is up with me? Just smashing my elbow in these fucking playoff videos. 8 minutes to go. We still have a 3-2 lead. Can Michalek hold on? Is the question. Will Jonathan Drouin's goal be the winner? It will. DeRocher gets the empty net goal, and the Vancouver Canucks take Game 1 by the score of 4-2. Fucking hell, my elbow hurts. 2 goals for DeRocher, 3 assists for Chychrun, and a 28-save performance from Brian Mahalik. That is a pretty decent start. We gave up the lead, but once we got it back, we never surrendered it. Moving into Game 2, let's hope for similar success here. I genuinely don't know what to expect from this team from game to game. First period of Game 2, and that is very, very nice to see. Patrick Kane on his old teammate Scott Darling, and then Danton Heinen makes it 2-0. We outshot them 14-4, and things are looking good. Second period, holy shit. Drouin makes it 3-0. Juleson makes it 3-1. Sloan and Forsstrom make it 5-1. And then Griffin Reinhart and Brock Nelson get 2 back. A 6-goal second period, and we walk away in the lead. It's 5-3 here as we enter the third period. I don't know what the hell to expect now. I definitely didn't see that coming. I mean, we've had, 5-goal third periods before. I was not expecting a 6-goal second. 8 minutes to go now, still up by 2. We might be in the clear. Knock on wood, 2 minutes to go, and we're good, guys. That is it for Game 2. It's a 5-3 victory, and the Vancouver Canucks have a 2-0 series lead on the Edmonton Oilers as the series shifts back to Edmonton. But we go back to Edmonton without Par Forsstrom. Getting the call up to replace Forsstrom is William Gannon, now 22 years old, still elite potential at an 81 overall. We really need him to step up here. I was hoping he'd be obviously a little bit higher of an overall at this point, being 22 with elite potential, but we haven't had really the best luck with our defensive prospects. Like, we have Corey in the lineup right now, and he's obviously doing all right, but obviously, like, Yasina wasn't ours. Chychrun was ours, but other than that, like, Plant wasn't ours. I mean, aside from really our starting defense, we haven't really had much luck drafting players. So hopefully Gannon here, this can be his showcase, his coming out party. It's Game 3 in Edmonton. We have a 2-0 series lead. Let the good times roll. Hopefully first period of Game 3, and it's another 2-goal first period. Yasina and Yoensu. My God, do I want to do the joke, but I won't. It wasn't that big of a goal. Second period, no 6-goal performance this time, or 6 goals combined, but Leon Draisaitl gets their first goal of the game. Even in shots, 2-1 on the scoreboard. Let's go into the third period. Can we hold on? Danton Heinen makes it more likely. Kitnar takes it away pretty much immediately, though. And Danton Heinen, another one. I think that was a power play goal. 4-2 now, a crazy third period so far. Another power play, we can't get a goal. Halfway through the period, Jordan Eberle gets a goal. 4-3, Machias gets a goal. It's 4-4, and shit is going down here again. 4-4, a minute to go. Are we going to overtime? And we are. A crazy third period. 3 goals for the Oilers, 2 goals for Danton Heinen. But shit, that's not what I was hoping for, but let's do this. It's overtime against Edmonton. Come on, boys. 3, yes, there it is. Couldn't even spit the words out quick enough. It's Laurent DeRocher with the goal. It's a 5-4 victory in Game 3, and the Vancouver Canucks take a 3-0 series lead, and we are just 1 win away from making very quick work against the Edmonton Oilers. Now, obviously, there was another time we faced Edmonton in the playoffs, not with Vancouver, but with Boston, and it also went very well. Utica Comets also make the playoffs again. Hopefully they have a little bit better success than they have in recent years. They play the Marlies, but all attention is on the Canucks here. It's Game 4 in Edmonton. Can we complete the sweep, which would be shocking? Again, we completely, no question about it, have the better team. I didn't expect a sweep. It might not happen, but it might. First period, and it might not happen. Casey Cizikas with the goal late in the first. Second period, Patrick Kane ties it. Kitnar gets the goal. We're going into the third period down 2-1. Only 28 shots combined, which is pretty low for this series in particular. But let's do this. Third period, can we tie it up, or are the Edmonton Oilers going to fight back and take a game here? I wouldn't mind going back to Vancouver for Game 5, but what would be even better is scoring a goddamn goal right here. Come on, boys. 5 minutes to go. Anybody want to step up? Anybody? Not looking like it, and that is it. We lose Game 4, 2-1, and the Edmonton Oilers are not done yet. Scott Darling, 20 of 21. Kitnar gets the game winner, and this series is going back to Vancouver, and every time we switch cities, somebody on our team gets fucking hurt. Mihalik gets the call-up. He will be on the fourth line. Sloan goes up to the third line to replace Doyle. And now, I gotta admit, I am a little bit concerned. We will just go best lines in Utica. Now that they're in the playoffs, I want to make sure that they win. I'll probably switch it up here after this series is over, depending on how long it goes. Game 5 in Vancouver. Let's do this. They got one win. They have their feel-good moment. Let's shut them down, send them home, and move on to the second round. First period, and that is a good start. Danton Heinen with the lone goal. Second period, Korolev on the fourth line gets another one. We're up 2-0 entering the third period. Let's do this. We are now just 15 minutes away from moving on to round 2, and things are looking good. 24 saves from Mihalik. They haven't had a shot in a while. There they go. They finally got one. 6 minutes to go. Still up by 2. And I think we're good to go, guys. Will Mihalik get the shutout? Corey gets an empty netter. It's not going to matter if he does, but he does. It's a 28-save shutout for Brian Mihalik. Where was he? Where was this Brian Mihalik when we needed him in the regular season? But I guess he showed up when we needed him the most. The Vancouver Canucks take care of the Edmonton Oilers in 5 games. Now let's shift our attention here to the Comets if we're allowed to. I will take care of the Lions, obviously, before the next series starts. The Comets are now just 1 win away from moving on to the next round. Obviously, still no announcement of who we are playing in the next round, and god damn it. So the Comets are going to Game 5, and we are playing the San Jose Sharks. So the Sharks upset the Flames, did they? Holy shit. In 6 games, no less. I didn't see that coming. I mean, obviously, we have history with the Sharks and with the Flames. Both in the second round, I do believe. But there you have it. San Jose wins in 6. It's the final 8. Winnipeg, Colorado, ourselves, San Jose, Columbus, and the Islanders, Toronto, and Florida, and obviously down in the AHL. We will not be able to find out what is going to happen with the Comets until we sim Game 1. Actually, you know what? I think we can. You know what? Screw it. I want to do that really quick. I want to see if the Comets advance. If we sim the game live, it shouldn't sim the NHL game, and we can see what happens with the Utica Comets. So first period, I forgot to switch it to goals. It is scoreless though. Second period, Kolsnik with the goal, and the Comets right now, you know what, we'll just sim it and see what happens. And the Utica Comets are moving on. Foster and Volchenkov with the goals. It's a 3-0 shutout for Koivisto. 31 saves. So both of our teams are now moving on to the second round. That is good to see. That hasn't happened in quite a long time. But guys, that'll do it for this episode. Of course, in the next one, we will take a look at the Sharks before our second round matchup. As always, if you have enjoyed, make sure to drop a like down below. Helps out the channel, and of course, I do appreciate it. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to continue following this series, and I will see you guys in round 2.